Here we go. I'll meet you on your back. Okay, so would you like to start with me? We call this start position constructive rest. So just check your line. So just check your feet are not underneath the line of your knees. So you need to bring your feet out, and so that technically, what is that angle? That is a 90-90 angle. So you just do a little self-check. You float one leg up to tabletop. Can you get your foot in line with your knee, in line with your hip? And then lower leg doesn't change. Distance between heel to sit bone doesn't change. You just open up the hip and place it on the floor. I know. For some of us, that's way further away than you've been practicing. Important, it affects your pelvic curl, your first exercise, your bridge. And as you know, if we can get that exercise right and target that exercise specifically, that impacts the rest of the class. So enjoy feeling a little out of sorts for exercise one. Okay, hands resting on your ribs. Have a little moment with me. You're probably like me, I haven't been up for very long. Haven't done a lot of exercise yet, so this is a really important moment. You and I, just to be still, just to rest your hands on your ribs. Shut your eyes when you're ready. Or I should just say close your eyes. And just tune in. Notice your breath. So that's as simple as bringing consciousness. Where is the breath in your body right now? Try not to coach it. Now this next section is called sensory attunement. Bringing awareness to the senses. Let's start with touch. What parts can you feel in contact with your mat floor? Soles of your feet? What does the texture of your mat feel like with the parts of your feet that are touching? Now into the palms of your hands. Feel their weight. And then what does the texture of the top you're wearing feel like with the parts of your hands that are touching? Notice the change in your breath when you drop in. Now bring your awareness into the back of your head. Feel the weight of the head. And sense the surface that you're touching. Now into your back. No need to push. Parts you can feel touching. Can you sense how your skin on your back? Notices the garments you're wearing, and therefore the contact and how that's making you feel. Backs of your elbows, back of your pelvis. And now into your sense of sound and hearing. What can you hear in your room? The rise and fall of my voice. Maybe a clock is ticking. And then what can you hear outside your room? Notice your breath. Now, keeping your mouth closed, take a steady, quiet breath in, counting to 5. Same for your exhale. Count to 5, nice and slowly, least amount of energy. Can you allow the breath to pass through you without causing any tension? With your hands resting on your ribs, become aware of the movement of the rib cage. So as you breathe in, the ribs are widening, expanding. Visualize an umbrella opening up and an umbrella closing. 2 more practices. Now shift your hands to your belly. Continue. Breathing in, counting to 5. The umbrella imagery is still there. Allow your tummy to release. Goes with the widening, goes with the opening of the umbrella. And now on your exhale, remember the wings of that umbrella are closing in, and at the same time, your abdominals are sweeping in. Can you time that? Can you combine? Breath kicking in, traveling in through your nose, down through your throat, flooding your lungs. Lungs contract, breath pushing back up via the lungs, out through your throat, out through your nose. 2 practices to go. That image of the umbrella is really handy, huh? You've got to get that umbrella open. If you're in Melbourne, you're going to need it today. And to come inside, you've got to get that umbrella closed. So really form, really tone the muscles up. And remember, we're after no gripping as you close your umbrella. How do you deepen those abdominals without gripping? That's the secret. That's the practice. Last one. Good job sitting up with me. So that's the crux of the Pilates method. Tricky, right? Let's keep working on it. Let's bring the soles of your feet together in a little froggy position. It's a win-win, this one. You get to stretch through your adductors and hips. You get to stretch through your back. And at the same time, we're working on your tone of your abdominals and the coordination between your abdominals and your breathing mechanics. So I'm in a round back. I'm in a flex spine and my pelvis is imprinted. So I'm in a tuck position of the pelvis. So I've shifted my weight onto the back side of my sit bones. My soles of my feet are pressing together. My fingertips are supporting my weight and my head is heavy. Nice long slow breath in, count to 5. And a nice long slow breath out, count to 5. Try not to rush. The slower the better. In this position now, can you feel that the breath is now focused more into your back and sides, right down low in your bottom back ribs? Continue to think about your umbrella imagery. Continue to think about the widening that goes with that imagery. We've got one more set and I'm going to meet you at the end of the exhale. Careful you're not collapsed in your flexed position. So careful you're already lifting out of your waist using the abdominals. Hold the exhale. Stay right here with me. How much more tone can you get into your abdominal wall? How much more can you deepen the abdominals in this position? So as you practice your breathing now, try not to let the tummy fill up as you breathe in. So your breath might not be as big. And now really use the exhale as you close that umbrella in. Encourage the lift through the flexed position of the spine. Encourage the energy as you close your umbrella. You're thinking up. What's it going to feel like in your tummy? Really deep. Feels like your abdominals, your belly, your front wall of your pelvis is looking for your back. How close can you get your abdominals to your back? Good job, and rest. Now sit facing camera, legs crossed. Pop your hands on your ribs. Good, we're preparing for a very classic exercise called the hundreds. So we're about to practice percussive breathing. Tricky. Let's talk it through. You're going to count to 5 as you breathe in and count to 5 as you exhale. It looks like this. Mouth closed. Last one. Very tricky. I'll tell you why. Pop one hand on your chest. You've got to try not to let your shoulders rise up and your chest fill up. Good luck. Same practice. Well done. Now, other hand on your belly. Even trickier. So you now know not to rise vertically with your breath and fill your chest. With this hand on your belly, you're now checking your tummy shouldn't be bouncing forward every time you breathe in. So start sitting up tall, already tone up through the abdominal wall, and you're in your umbrella closed position to start. Find it, sit as tall as you can. Good, draw your abdominals in and on, tone them up. Now, good luck. You're doing exactly the same exercise, but you can't push the tummy forward. Well done. Have a little rest. How hard is that? Never mind when you go into the true hundreds position and you've got your legs, the weight of your legs to manage as well. And then you're up in your chest lift, spinal flex position. Who thought of that exercise? But you know what? We love it. We love how it makes us feel. We love how strong it makes the core feel. Rightio, next little practice. I did this exercise coming back from childbirth religiously. I don't do it as often now, but every time I do it, I realize the benefit. So with your hands on your belly now, you're going to come back with me right to how we started breathing on your back when I encouraged you to release your abs. Breathe in. Feel your abdominals releasing against your hands. Breathe out. Think about the umbrella. Go deep, go deep, go deep. You should feel your tummy pulling away from your fingers. How far can you take it in? Gently release it. Count to 5. Now remember, no gripping. So how do you close your umbrella and form through your lower pelvis area, drawing those abdominals deep? 2 more practices. Sitting taller. Last practice. Now you're going to hold that tone. This time, you're only going to let the tummy fill 50%. So you feel a little bit of pressure against your fingers, and then you pull it in. Little bit of pressure against your fingertips, pull it in. Keep going. Pull, 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 pull. Keep closing your umbrella. Pull, pull, pull. Keep sitting a little taller. Pull, 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 pull. Hold. Count 5. No air coming in or out. Only let the belly come halfway. Tiny, tiny bit of pressure against your fingertips. Now pull it in. Hold it. No air coming in or out. Just hold the tone. Work those deep muscles. Just a little isometric contraction. Tiny bit of breath in comes in. Tiny bit of pressure against your fingers. All right, close that umbrella more. Go. Pull, pull, pull. Get longer, get longer, get longer, get longer. And a little bit of pressure against your fingertips only. Last one. Go. Pull it in further. Tighter on your umbrella closing. Sit taller. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Rest. What were you training? Transverse abdominis. On your belly. Same. Okay, you ready? We start right in the very beginning in this position. Such a great position to train and tone your abdominals and improve core strength. Give gravity as your load. Find your pelvis. So double check you can feel your pubic bone on the floor. Rest your legs. Start very gently, count to 5, mouth closed, breath in. Very gently exhale, count to 5. Can you draw those abdominals deep? Like we just practiced. When you breathe in, can you very gently release the abdominals? So don't suddenly bang and fall and collapse on the floor. You're opening your umbrella, which will also be slow. Now you're slowly closing your umbrella. Take your time. You're training this coordination. Last practice. Good. Now hold the exhale. No air coming in or out. Hold it. Those abdominals are swept in and up and your umbrella is closed. Now just let a little bit of air in and you'll feel a little bit of pressure on the mat with your tummy. It'll be tiny. Now close your umbrella again. Three more. Let a little bit of air in. You thought it was raining, but actually it's not. Close it in. 2 to go. You're in control. Last practice. Good. Now hold the feeling you've got in your belly. Tuck your toes of your feet. So you're standing on your feet. Knees are on the floor. Without losing that feeling you've got through the pelvis and the abdominals, protecting your back right now. Try to gently straighten your right knee as you do a deep exhale. Gently breathe in, lower the knee to the floor. Other leg. Exhale, left leg straightens. Can you maintain your pelvis? Can you maintain control, closing your umbrella? And then gently breathe in, lower the knee. Monitor what you're doing in your abdominal wall. Exhale, right knee up. Close your umbrella and get longer through your spine. Inhale, gently lower the knee. Careful you're not dumping in your lower back. Exhale, left knee. Leave it there. Bring the right leg to join. So you've got both knees off the floor. Now stretch both feet, which means both legs are hovering off the ground right now. Lower both legs down. Raise the right leg up, fully outstretched. Feel the tone in your whole leg. Back of your leg, inside thigh, outer thigh. Really extend through your hip. Place it back. Prepare. Exhale, close the wings of your umbrella. Deepen your abdominals. Raise your left leg. How strong can you make your legs feel? Good. Now focus on the leg you're leaving behind. Keep practicing. So the leg you leave on the floor, are you actively pushing into the floor with that foot? Is that leg still fully outstretched, toned? Train it. Last time, left leg. Good. Keep your legs active. Come into the upper torso now. Hands on the floor, hands spread. Middle fingers kissing. Diamond press. Starting with the crown of the head, the movement with the head. Tip, raise the head. Extend through the spine. Coming up to where you feel like your chest is just off the floor, but your bottom ribs are still on. Stay. Think long. Gently breathe in. You'll feel a little bit of pressure into your abdominal wall. Exhale, close your umbrella wings. Right in deep. Feel those abdominals. Good. Now maintain control as you breathe in. Try to get a little longer. Each exhale. Good. Now try to release your hands. Take them back beside your pelvis, palms up. Keep working on your spine. Energy out through the crown of the head. Now work on your shoulders and arms. Pick up the front of your shoulder. Place and set your shoulder and fully extend both arms. Now raise both legs. Be careful. Did you maintain control? Pelvis is still in its original position. You haven't dumped in your lower back. Breathe in, count to 5. Breathe out, count to 5. Come on, stretch those legs and arms. Hang in there. Two sets to go. Last set. Have a little moment. Lower arms, lower legs, lower head and chest. Well done. So that's a prone version of the hundreds without the percussive breathing. But it's such a great activity for developing core strength, but also training your back. All right, we're coming up into the same position. So pick up the front of the shoulder, widen and spread your scapulars to the edge of your trunk. Extend the spine, reach forward through the crown of the head, raising the head and chest just off, keeping your front rib cage on the ground. So you're balancing on your front of your ribs and your pelvis. Float both legs, float both arms, close the legs together, open them apart, close the legs together, open them apart. Remember those inner thighs we were talking about? And the fact that we know in a female they're a little lazy. Come on, really stretch your legs. Right around your knees. Make those lower quads work. Think longer. Now train your arms. Usually you like to be in this position with bent elbows. Come on, train it out. Try to get longer. Think about what you're doing on the abdominal wall with your rib cage, with your imagery of the umbrella. 4 to go. Well done. Sitting back into child pose. So really strong sequence at the top of our class, but actually we've done so much preparation work with our breathing and the training of abdominals. You should have felt fully prepared for it. Here we go, down on our back. Bring your trusty tool with you, whatever prop you're going to need for your legs, lying down on your back. Remember the feet position. So remember, we've already established that. Take a little moment. How quickly can you touch in? Don't you like the pun? So that sensory exercise we did at the top of the class. Really use your ears, sound, and really use that sense of touch. Connect all the parts. Gently imprint. Deep breath out. What are you training? What have we worked on so far through the class? Did you use the imagery of the umbrella before you moved your pelvis? Use the tool between your legs. So connect the inner thigh edge of the leg, deepening through those lower core muscles. The energy is sweeping up. Use your feet. So actively take the floor with your feet. I want you to particularly think about pressing your heel pad into the ground. So your feet are active, your lower legs. To get the heel pressing down into the ground is preparation for our pelvic curl. Make sure you're there. All right, here we go, everybody. Pelvic curl. Press your heels down. Keep pressing your heels down. Roll through the spine. Arriving up in the bridge position and just stay. Check your heels. Do you feel like you're pressing them down enough that you could then shift the pelvis? Think about shifting the pelvis forwards to touch your legs. So you're aiming to get that traction. Keep breathing. Remember what we've trained with your abdominals. So careful they don't fly up when you breathe in. Good, now you're going to keep those feet. You're going to slowly lay the back. Take your time, roll. Can you still feel your feet pushing, pressing, even as you track the pelvis back to home base? Careful your abdominals don't fly up. Let's get ready to go again. Close your umbrella, breathe out. Roll through your spine. Feel your hands, your two outstretched arms. Feel your shoulders, back of your neck long. Energy traveling along the spine, reaching the pelvis towards the knees. Can you get us up a little higher without arching your lower back? Can you squeeze that prop between your knees a little more? Can you press your heels down into the floor a little more? Slowly roll. Check your feet. All 10 toes on the floor. All the knuckles, those metatarsal heads, pressing down. You have one more. Here we go. Stay up there. So you're training the opening of the hips, training the hamstrings, strengthening the legs, but it's also strength for your deep back muscles, for your core muscles. Slowly roll. Working on the mobility of your spine. Arriving. Drop the tool out between your knees. Keep your feet hip width apart. Our preparation for spine twist. Knee sways. Tipping the knees across to the right. Go nice and slow. You'll shift onto the outside edge of the right foot, inside edge of the left foot. As you move the knees, consciousness on your pelvis. Your pelvis shouldn't have moved with your knees. Slowly rock the knees back to center. Careful that's not you rocking your pelvis back to center. So note to self, attentional focus, which we already know we're not very good at these days. So let's use this class to train your focus. So what did you hear? The pelvis shouldn't move. So have you deliberately sent your brain, sent a message down so that you've got conscious awareness on what your pelvis is doing? Own it. That pelvis belongs to you. So we're looking for this leg action independent at our hip. Last one. This time, when you feel like you can't go any further with the knees, you're going to gently allow the knees to pull the pelvis. So the pelvis starts to move, but without taking your middle back off the floor. How far can you go before your middle back comes off the floor? Where's your middle back? Just below your shoulder blades. Roll back. Pull the pelvis back first, which in turn pulls the legs. The imagery is your knee sway. Be in the knees. Here we go. Knees are moving left. Allow the feet to follow. When you can't go any further, allow the legs to take the pelvis, but control it. What if we train through your abdominal wall today? Strong through your upper torso so it doesn't get dragged across. And pull back to center. Good, now let's put that into practice. Let's float our left leg tabletop. Hold it. Can you focus on what your right foot is doing? So still pressing down with your right foot into the floor. You should feel suction energy back with the right leg into your hip. Consciousness about the centering of your pelvis so you haven't rolled to the left. The column, the spine, the lengthened spine. Weight spots back of head, middle upper back, centrally through your back of your pelvis sacrum. Slowly lower the left leg to the floor. So this is a hip flexor exercise, a core exercise. Take the floor with your left foot consciously. Suck and draw the left thigh into your hip consciously. Float your right leg up without letting your abdominals fly up. You're in your closed umbrella position. Stay. Sense both legs sucking and drawing into the hip right now. You should feel lower core. Slowly lower your right leg back down. These are the basics. Left leg floats up. Did you feel your hands, your two outstretched arms, your shoulders, your whole upper torso, your spine, your pelvis? Bring the second leg. Careful, control. Squeeze your feet together. Grab your trusty prop. Pop it between your knees. Stay. Keep squeezing your feet together. Suck and draw your legs into the hip joint. Energy rising up through the inner thigh line, sweeping up through your abdominal wall. How deep can you get with your tummy right now? Close the umbrella further than you thought you could. Work on your upper torso, the palms of the hands, the long outstretched arms, the wide shoulders. Knee sway, cross you go. How far can you go before losing your upper torso? Pull us back to center. Knee sway. How far can you go? Nice and toned through your abdominal wall, strong through your waist, tight through your waist. Pull us back. Check your feet, are they still pressing together? Check the feeling of legs sucking and drawing into your hips. Careful, don't get lazy in the legs. Can you squeeze the tool between your knees more? Last set. Last one going left. Hold it on center. Listen carefully. You're going to tap the floor with both feet. Careful, as you move, the back doesn't arch. So your middle upper back doesn't come off the floor. Your lower back doesn't come off the floor. Stay really strong. Close that umbrella further than you thought you could. Good. Now, what are you doing in your legs? Squeeze your feet together and squeeze that prop between your inner thighs. Can you still feel the legs sucking and drawing into your hips? Last two. Last one. They land down, they stay. Hands behind your head. Let's work on your chest lift. So let's start with your neck. Press your head back into your hands and think double chin. Float your head just off the floor with your double chin. Eyes are still on your ceiling, so your head hasn't tipped forward. Your head is pressing back into your hands. Now use your breathing. Imagery of your umbrella. You have 5 cycles. Gently breathe in. Careful the tummy doesn't fly. Slowly breathe out. You're focusing on closing the umbrella and deepening your abdominals. Double chin. Press your head back into your strong hands and arms. Shoulder blades widening to the edges of your trunk. Wrap your waist and lay back to the floor. Exhale, float the head. Good. As you close your umbrella, can you feel what's happening in your sternum? So you want to slide your sternum towards your pubic bone, gently nod through the head and roll up through the spine. Now roll back, roll through the spine. Start right down low in your back, rolling through, arriving back on the floor. We're in our home base position, neutral. You'll feel a little light in lower back. You'll feel light back of neck. Exhale, close the umbrella, slide your sternum to your pubic bone, double chin, roll through the spine from top to bottom. You're in the chest lift position, the spine is flexed. Roll back, start at the base of your spine, articulating back. Land on the floor. 2 to go. Close your umbrella, slide your sternum to your pubic bone, double chin it, roll through your back, starting from the top of the spine down. Roll down, starting from the bottom of the spine. Roll down. Meet me at the top on the next one. Exhale, close that umbrella. Stay here, breath in. Careful, check out what's happening on your abdominal wall. Gently breathe into the back and sides, and careful your tummy doesn't fly up. 3 more. You should feel your middle back on the floor and your lower back on the floor. You should feel your feet pressing down into the heels, sucking and drawing legs into hips, squeezing that tool between your legs. Fuller. Rotate to your left and flex on that diagonal. Come back to center. Rotate to your right and flex on the diagonal towards your right knee. Think about what you're doing with your umbrella. One more each side. Great job. Lay back to the mat. Pull your knees into your chest. Have a little moment. Good. We're about to finish with roll like a ball. So next exhale. Close the umbrella. Press the legs up into your hands. Really strong. Squeeze those feet together. Keep pressing your legs up into your hands. It's bringing us higher. Your butt will be off the floor and your upper torso will be off the floor. Roll through your spine. Pull your knees into your chest. Lay down. Breathe. Fold. Control the abdominals as you lay. So feel what's happening right down low in your belly when you arrive with your head. Last one. Good. Keep the legs pressing up into your hands and start rocking. Lifting your butt a little higher each time. Keep lifting your butt. You'll eventually arrive sitting As soon as you do, just stay. Squeeze your feet together. Stay. Keep squeezing your feet together. What position are you looking for? The imprint. So you're on the back side of the sit bones. Legs are still actively pushing up into your hands. The spine is flexed. Think about closing your umbrella every time you breathe out. Good. Now try to let go. Float the legs up to tabletop and just stay. Keep squeezing your feet together. You're on the back side of the sit bones. 2 more breaths. Last breath. Very good. Sitting facing camera, let's finish off with a side reach. Sitting upright and tall. You're tipping over to the left, 2 long sides. Hand touches the floor, sit back up. You're tipping over to the right. Grip your fingers away as far as you can and sit back up. Good. Really feel your wrapped waist closing through that line of the umbrella as you tip. And sit. And tip. And sit. And tip and stay. And side bend. And tip back up. Stay. And side bend. And tip back up. And side bend. And tip back up. And last one, side bend. Tip back up, return to center. Tip, side bend. Tip, side bend. Tip, side bend. Feel what you're doing with the coordination of your breath and your abdominals. Tip. Sit. Hands resting in your lap. Eyes closed. Have a little moment. Good, your body's probably pretty busy right now, so you should feel pretty stimulated. What messages are you getting? So bring your awareness into your sit bones. Can you sit right on top of them? Looking up through the lower back then, through the middle back, through the neck. Most of us need to think about a little double chin. So then the back of the skull is rising up instead of falling. You'll feel a little like you're looking down at the world when you open your eyes up. Energy rising up through your column. Easy chest. Easy ribs. Wide collarbone. Notice your breath. Gently open your eyes. Have a lovely Thursday. Thanks for practicing with me. See you later.